Hi, this is Greg Jasmine. This is for SDI FTT 122 Week 7. Now, I do apologize. This is going to be a multi-parts, so I'm going to try to do this in best in order as well as have a good editing and cut sequence. First things first, let's take a look down here. So we have our scale, which is zeroed out and calibrated. We have our micrometer, which always back up a set of calipers, and manual, you notice. We have our hammer with our large ungrooved collet, two spare here, which are coming out of the way. Our dummy cartridge, in this case, it is head stamped 3030. Don't know if you can see that or not. A piece of paper and a writing utensil. Now, I'm going to do part of part 3 first. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to cut to part 1. Because part 3 wants us to draw a scale copy, etc. Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to pre-draw it as you watch me laying flat. And that way we have a good scale reference. I don't have a third hand here helping me, so we're going to do this. And there you go, that is the... Alrighty, week 7, part 1. I have the hammer of the correct collet. I am inserting the rod completely, and I am tightening down until it's nice and firm. From here, I know you can barely see it in frame. I apologize for the depth of this. That's what I've got. But it is, yeah, I've got my own desk anvil. I've had one well before. They showed us on the how-to video. Actually, not my first time with these. I've broken a couple of these. Alright, let's see what we got. Fun. See in here, did not have the collet tight enough. My bad. Lock her down. Aha! Success. So, here is our brass. You'll notice it's missing a primer, and this type of bullet puller well, no bullet puller that I'm aware of actually removes a primer. You actually need a primer removal tool. This is often a die with a reloading machine, which you do have to be careful if removing a live primer. Special precautions for that. So we're putting that out of the way. We're removing our hammer back with a collet. The reason why you don't turn it upside down is twofold. One, things like to go flying. And 2, under normal conditions, and they didn't even ask to talk about here, there would be powder in here. Yeah, powder. So, how would you retrieve them both? Well, that would be a very difficult thing because you're going to have powder loose in here and everything else. The best way I can suggest to do that is have a small capture vessel. I happen to have one right here. This is just a standard plastic non-static cup. You would retrieve that. You would gently knock all your powder and get it all nice and loose. And get out of there. Now, safety caution. Powder is nitroglycerin based. Do not touch it without gloves. It is dangerous. Just be forewarned. We have projectile length, projectile diameter, and case diameter we need to find. Now with the projectile or precision micrometer, which I'm not a huge fan of these, like I said, I actually prefer proper calipers. But basically they do the same job. Calipers are just easier and faster. As you notice, I'm still unscrewing this. Because of course we're going to take the first one, which is projectile length. We are going to write and record that. Still got to go. It's 3030 cartridge. It's a little bit. A little bit more. So we got her in. So we're placing her in. Tightening her up. All right. 8 20 thousandths. Let's see. let's see, more almost like a 19th and a half, so 0.195. We're going to back that up with good old manual calipers. Make sure she's loose, she's zeroed. Make sure the lock's off. There you go. That's it. It's a lot easier. Put her on in. Slide her on up. And what do we have here? We actually have a variation. This is why you trust but verify. 8 point, basically 4.4. Now, which one's more accurate? I'd actually have to guess the micrometers, but I tend to trust these calipers a little more. I've used them more. Results here. We always check both. So, let's go into projectile diameter. Now, technically, I'm supposed to reset this to 0 and do it again. We already know our 0, and the big thing is the actual diameter, largest part, is going to be towards the base of the bullet. All right, so nice tight fit. 3.8. Look at that, guys. I actually said 3.08, but that's 3.8. Let's see what Mighty Calipers have to say. Come hither, come hither. Come wither and go. Again, that's why I like these guys, is I can sit here and just make this as big or as small as I need to. Real fast. You're always measuring with the tip. And this actually agrees with it. Trace, if I get you where you can get on there measurement. 3.8. So, all right, and last one is case diameter. Now, you want all of it. So the rim, the lip, is just a hair over 5.2. I don't know if you can see that now. 5.2 for the rim. Let's see what she says. This is where it's a little harder with a set of calipers. I might even cheat just a little and center it that way. Whoa ho. Dead on. I'll take it. Variance from earlier. Could even been a misread. So. Now that was actually the head. The rim, we're looking at 4.11. And just for sake of time, we're just going to push on through and do the, we know this and the other one are reading out because all other results have been the same. We're just going to run with it. The case body, 4.6. The shoulder, where it tapers in, guys, at the taper point, we're looking at 3.35. 335. Shoulder, and then the neck. It's gonna be about the same. Actually, it's not. 325. So, we got that measurement. Let's make it happen here. So we have our measurements. So we have our projectile. We're going to go ahead and trace this out too. But you don't have a third hand and things like to roll. So we know this length. And I'm actually going to go with 8.47 because I know better. We know the diameter, and we've had this agreed, 3.5. We go on to the brass. Again, let's do it's a lot harder than it looks, guys. So the head, we know it's 5.2. The rim, we know it's 411. And then as the body shrinks, 4.6. The shoulder, 3.35, and the neck, 3.25. Now, projectile weight with the scale, we have already zeroed this out. Make sure it's zeroed out here again. I still hit tare. Round up, top dead center. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll take you right over here. I'm sorry, guys, for the ride. 150 grams exactly. Which, considering 30-30, basically a 308 projectile, typically raised right around 150 to 152 grams. Guess what? I can go with 150. So 150.2 grams. That 0.2 in the tenths for most cartridges is well within acceptable limits here, guys. When it comes to the cartridge, make sure it's clean and free of any powder. Because again, you're finding this projectile weight, you're generally not doing this because you don't trust the manufacturer. You're doing this because you pulled it out, or it's a legacy cartridge, you're not sure, you're trying to manufacture it. So do yourself a favor, clean it up. Non-porous surfaces, non-toxic. Anything that's going to corrode on it, watch out. If it's a lead round, be extra careful because you're going to take some material away. You want a smooth bottom, but again, just depends on the nature of the round you're working with. The biggest thing is make sure your top dead center, it's nice, loose, it's on a good flat firm surface. You're not sitting there and shaking the table or anything else. All right, well, this is the big one for 122, and I'll see you later.